Well, good morning, guys. We're getting ready to run out and feed cattle right now. But while I'm waiting on the old farmer to get a few things ready, I thought I would get my tomato powder ground up. What I did was I cooked my tomatoes. Remember, I've got a few that came out of the garden and they're actually ripening on the table. So I thought, I just will do something with them. So as they're turning red, I'm cooking them down, and then I run them in my food processor, and I make a puree. And then I pour it on the dehydrator tray, and I think you've seen me do it. But this is what it looks like. You can see the peels and the skins, but it's okay because I'm going to grind it into a powder. Next, what I'm going to do is, let me get the camera ready, and I'll show you what I do next. Okay, I've already got one tray started in here, but this just, when it's dry, it just pops off. And it literally just comes off in sheets like this. So I take off a sheet, and I use my fruit roll-up trays. Kind of break it all up in there until I get the whole sheet, or as much as I can get in. This is so simple, and I love my tomato powder. I think I can probably hear how crispy it is. That's what you want. You want it good and dry. If it's not dry, your dehydrated foods are going to dehydrate. Then, I put it in my little Ninja. Turn it on. Let it do its thing here. And then this is what you get. You can kind of see some chunks or pieces in there, but we're going to sift those out. Okay, over here I have a piece of parchment paper, and this is my larger strainer. We'll take the blades out, and we'll start here. What this does is get the big seeds out. And I won't be running that through again. Okay, basically what I have here are seeds. I've got a little bit more in the bottom of the Ninja, so I'm going to go ahead and strain this out, and I'll be back. Then the next thing I do is I take my tea strainer and just kind of spoon in what I've just done. I like a fine powder. It reconstitutes a lot better. And I also know that there are a lot of people out there that just do the raw tomatoes. And I did that for years. I either pureed them or just sliced them up and put them on the dehydrator. However, I've found that, at least for the tomato powder, if you cook the tomatoes first, it reconstitutes a lot better. So after I've kind of worked it through with the spoon, stirred it around, then I'm going to get this real fine powder. Okay, then what I've got left in here is a little bit more of the larger pieces of the tomato, and I'll be putting that into one of my small coffee grinders. And when I get enough in here to work with, then I'll grind it. As I'm getting my powder, the fine powder, I'm going to store it in these baby food jars. I've already got my peanut butter jar full, so I'm not sure how much I'm going to get. I may end up putting it in a larger jar, but I'm going to start here for now. Okay, after running it through that sieve, I've got enough of the thicker, chunks of tomato here, bigger pieces. Now I'm going to run it through my coffee grinder. And make it into a finer powder again. Then I'll just do it all over. I'll go from here into here until I get that powder. And it does a really good job. I imagine most of this. As a matter of fact, I doubt I'm going to have to run it through this little tea strainer. After I look at it, it's already powder. So I'm not messing with the tea strainer. All right, guys. I ended up with this, what is this? 4-ounce baby food jar with tomato powder from 2 trays of tomato puree. I love my tomato powder. So if you're new to my channel, I thought I'd just let you know why I like this tomato powder so well. It is so versatile and it takes so little space. And a little bit of this goes a long ways. My favorite thing is using it for sauces. You know, you want to make one pizza. And why open up a whole jar of sauce, tomato sauce that you've made or bought, and just for one pizza? The rest might go to waste. So you can take this and, I don't know, 2 or 3 tablespoons maybe, and add boiling water, and you can make it to the consistency you want. If you want it really thick, or if you want more watery, whatever you want. So add a few Italian seasonings to the powder and mix it up. Let it set for a while till you have it where you want it, and voila, pizza sauce. If I have, let's say I made chili, and I used tomatoes in my chili, and it turned out I want it thicker, add tomato powder to it, and you can use it as a thickener. I use tomato powder all the time, and I'd still like to get more, but I'm happy with what I have. I think I have 2 baby food jars and I think I have a peanut butter jar full of tomato powder. By the way, these baby food jars are gold. They don't put baby food in jars anymore. It's all plastic. I don't get that. Beech nut is about the only one that I've seen, and I saw some of the other brands in their meat in those little tiny jars, which are perfect. Baby food jars are amazing. I should do a video on what I do with my baby food jars. So anyway, oh, one added note. We're having visitors next week, and to say we're excited is an understatement. Our really good friends, Jeff and Margie, their RV channel or their YouTube channel is RV Ashes in April. I met them at the Van Bill last November, and I knew right away that we would be lifelong friends. Jeff and the Old Farmer have really hit it off, and we're hoping that they're going to stay here with us until time for us to all head down to Lollapalooza. But you never know. There's a lot of things to see between here and Dallas, and they may want to go on and do some exploring. Not many people come to Kansas, so I am thrilled when we get visitors, especially this part. Folks, Kansas City doesn't count. And those of you that say, well, I've been to Kansas, I went across on I-70. That doesn't count. You know, yeah, that's why you guys say it's flat and boring and nothing, because I can't stand driving on I-70 or I-35. They're flat and boring, but there's things to see and do out here. So anyway, looking forward to our visitors, and got more tomato powder in the pantry. Thanks, guys. See ya.